Amelia nervously prepared for a job interview, excited yet anxious about returning to the workforce after taking a break to raise her twin daughters. Now that they were 4 years old, she felt ready to re-enter the professional world and make her mark again. Her interview was scheduled at a prestigious company, and though she knew it would be a challenge, Amelia was determined. After dropping her daughters off at school, Amelia parked her car outside a large, imposing office building in downtown Willowbrook. She paused for a moment to collect her thoughts, going over potential interview questions and practicing her answers. Feeling a surge of confidence, she entered the building and waited in the bustling reception area, observing the elegantly dressed professionals around her. It was then that she noticed a man who seemed out of place. In his 40s, he wore casual clothes, sneakers, a backpack, and a cyclist helmet in one hand. He radiated an aura of warmth and authenticity, greeting everyone he passed, from the security guard to the receptionist, with a genuine smile. "Good morning, Natalie. What a beautiful day," he said to the receptionist. Amelia couldn't help but notice how his easygoing nature set him apart from the rest of the office. Before long, the man approached Amelia. "You must be here for the interview. I'm Ethan." He introduced himself with a friendly smile, extending his hand. Amelia shook it, feeling her nerves ease. His relaxed demeanor made her feel more comfortable as they headed to his office. Inside, Amelia noticed the office was adorned with an impressive array of trophies, medals, and photos of Ethan participating in various cycling events. "You must be quite the athlete," she remarked. Ethan chuckled, his eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "Most of them are participation medals. I've never really made it to the top, but it's the thrill of participating that I love," he said. The interview flowed smoothly. Amelia, who had kept up with her professional knowledge during her time away, confidently answered questions and impressed Ethan with her experience. However, just as they were wrapping up, Ethan accidentally knocked over a picture frame while moving some papers. Amelia reached down to help, but when she picked up the frame, she froze. The photo inside was of her late mother. Shaken, she quickly placed the frame back on the desk. She struggled to focus for the rest of the interview, her mind racing with questions. How did Ethan have a picture of her mother? What was the connection? Ethan's voice brought her back to reality. "Amelia, my secretary will be in touch to discuss your start date. Congratulations, you got the job." Though she thanked him for the opportunity, Amelia was distracted as she left the office. The image of her mother in Ethan's office haunted her. On the drive home, she wondered what connection this man, who seemed so kind and friendly, could possibly have with her mother, who had passed away in a tragic car accident 8 years ago. Her mother, a beloved schoolteacher, had dedicated her life to helping vulnerable children, leaving behind a legacy of kindness. Amelia started her new job with enthusiasm, but couldn't shake the mystery of the photo. Her mother's face was unmistakable. It was the same picture that hung in her own living room. She considered that maybe Ethan had been one of her mother's students, but that didn't quite explain why the photo was displayed so prominently. As the days passed, Amelia's colleagues often spoke highly of Ethan. There was no office gossip, no complaints about his leadership, a rarity in any workplace. Amelia was curious about how someone could inspire such universal praise. Her curiosity deepened when, during a family gathering, her uncle mentioned he had worked with Ethan years ago. "Ethan," her uncle said, raising an eyebrow. "I worked with him about 10 years ago. He was unbearable back then, arrogant and mean. I've never had a worse boss." Amelia was stunned. The Ethan she knew seemed the exact opposite of the man her uncle described. What had caused such a dramatic change in him? One day, while reviewing the company's financial reports, Amelia discovered that a large portion of the company's profits were donated to social projects, including the very organization her mother had founded. It was an incredible coincidence, and Amelia knew she had to find out more. During a budget meeting, she decided to broach the subject. "Ethan, I noticed the company supports a lot of charitable organizations, including one my mother started. I'm curious, what inspired your generosity?" Ethan paused, his expression softening. "I wasn't always this way," he admitted. "Years ago, I was selfish and bitter. I had a serious heart condition that limited what I could do. It made me angry, and I took it out on everyone around me." Amelia listened, sensing there was more to his story. When my condition worsened, a heart transplant became my only hope, Ethan continued. But the chances of finding a match were slim. Then, one day, I got the news that a heart had become available. It belonged to a woman who had died in a car accident. Her family didn't want contact with the organ recipients, but I learned about her kindness and dedication to helping others. Amelia's heart pounded as she realized what was coming. Ethan picked up the picture frame with her mother's photo. This is the woman who saved my life. I keep her picture here as a reminder of the gift she gave me a second chance. Since then, I've tried to live a life that honors her legacy. Tears welled in Amelia's eyes. That woman was my mother, she whispered. Ethan's face filled with emotion. I had no idea, he said softly. Your mother's heart beats inside me. Because of her, I can live, I can dream, I can be a better person. Amelia smiled through her tears. She would be proud to know that her heart continues to make a difference. In that moment, both Amelia and Ethan felt the profound impact of her mother's legacy, a legacy of kindness, generosity, and the power of second chances. Though time had passed, her mother's spirit lived on, touching the lives of everyone she had helped, including Ethan, who now carried her heart both physically and in his actions.